Alright, so you just got your brand new action camera and now you're wondering what's next. For me, what's equally as important as an action camera, of course, is the mounting solution. Now, mounting solutions vary in terms of sizes, in terms of prices, in terms of use cases. So how do you go about choosing that perfect mounting solution that can meet your specific need? For me, I want to look at, general use cases. I know we have certain niche use cases for action cameras, such as the extreme sports like your snowboarding, skiing, motorcycling. But what I'm more interested in is the general everyday use cases. Not that you have it mounted in your house, but like in your everyday going out and about, the grocery, you're going to travel, you're on a hike. What are the different mounting solutions that we can use in those cases, and which potentially is the best one for you? So our model for today's demonstration is the Action 4 camera. And the mounting that we'll be looking at is, of course, like your traditional selfie stick. This one is from Insta360, and it's a 2-in-1 because it has a tripod at the end. I particularly like this because in the event that you need to just set it down, then this is also a good option to have the tripod. Next, we have the magnetic mount. So you have a magnetic base here, and of course at the other end you can mount the camera. And then we have like the suction cup variants, two in this case. We have one that uses like a clip to secure the grip, and the other one which is a pump action, in which you use to secure to whatever mounting surface that you're going to be mounting. And finally, we have a magic arm. So we're going to start with the selfie stick. Again, this one is from Insta360, and I mean, it's just a selfie stick. But what's unique about this one is that it has legs that folds outward, that you can, in the event that you need to set it down, this is good. So let's bring out our model. We attach it here. Basically, if you're gonna be doing like a walk and talk, then of course, you can orient it how you want, secure it, and just like that. So let's say we're out in nature on a hike. Is this a useful mount? I think it could be, because like right now, this is the setup that I would be using for like my talking heads, like what I'm doing now. So this would be my usual setup if I'm out and about, because what happens, you can do your talking heads, like if you're walking, you can, hold it like this. If you want to extend it and orient it so that it's angled towards you, you can do that, so you have a wider field of view. And also, if you want a static shot in which you want to just rest it like this, and you can do like your talking head. As a matter of fact, this is my setup that I typically use. Right now I have the Pocket 3 on a selfie stick with a tripod at the base, and that's basically what I use. Why I love this setup, it's very portable, very lightweight. If you can see right here, look at this. So let's say I'm just heading out, I have the selfie stick, can easily hold in my pocket, and like in this case, when I have the action camera, this can easily fit in my kangaroo pouch right here. And just like this, I'm good to go on a hike and be able to capture really nice talking head stable footage. All right, next up, we have the magnetic mount. So in a case like this out in nature, I don't think the magnetic mount is going to be particularly useful, because most of the surfaces here would not be metallic, and therefore you can't get a magnetic grip, because you need a metallic surface in order to use this one. So for walk in nature, I don't think this, I mean, yes, you'll be able to maybe find one or two surfaces that can be mounted, but generally speaking, it's not gonna work because, of course, as you can see, even right here, there's nothing that I can use unless I'm gonna be resting it on something and using it kind of like a tripod, which is not ideal, right? So for nature hikes, I would grab my magnetic mounting base. Also, when you talk about portability, yes, it does fit in the pocket, but it's not as easy as the selfie stick. Next, we have our suction cup, right? And this is the one that uses the clip. Again, I'm kind of invested in the PGYTECH Caplock system. I just keep this mount on the camera, and then all my different mounts have this particular thing here. So I just slot it in, hit the lock, and then I'm good. But again, like the magnetic mount, there's not much use case for this here, because for the suction cup, you want to have like a smooth, flat surface in order to have a really tight seal. And again, looking out in nature, there's not much option for that. So again, the suction cup, whether it's a clip variant or the one with the pump action, I don't think is gonna be very useful out in nature for the most part. Again, when we look now on portability, looking at this, just doing the pocket test, it's a bit more on the bulky side. This is the pump action one, and this is the one with the clip, same deal. So it's a bit more bulky than the selfie stick. So right now the selfie stick is leading as it relates to portability. There we go, just like that, I'm good to go. The final one that I want to look at is the Magic Arm. Now this is a very interesting device. I actually really love the Magic Arm. It's so versatile and so useful in a wide range of cases. So just like the others before, the Caplock mount is here. I just slot it in, switch it to lock, and then how this works is that you loosen this main knob here and you're able to orient this in any sort of direction. At the other end, you have like a super clamp. So this super clamp can basically clamp on anything that it can go around. So let's say we're out in nature. Here we have a branch right here. For example, I can just clamp it right there. I orient the camera how I want to, and then I tighten this right here. And there we go. We have a mounting solution that can easily work out in nature. Also, if I wanted to be doing like a walking type talking head, it could work, because like I can hold it like this, for example, and again I can orient it any way in which I want. So this works as kind of like the selfie stick in that regard, and also it can function as like a tripod in that you can mount it on anything that the super clamp can go around. So this can work out in nature, and I think is a potentially good solution. Let's look at the portability. And it can be folded like this. And you drop it in your pocket. Not as discreet as the selfie stick, but certainly more discreet than the magnetic mount and the suction cup solution. So the Magic Arm and the selfie stick, I think, are the two best options if you're out and about walking in nature, or doing a time lapse, or you're doing a long exposure. then these can also give you that kind of static shot. But if I were to choose one, I'd want to say this is a bit more flexible, because again, other than the vlogging style with the selfie stick, you have to have like a flat base in which to put the tripod on. So if you wanted shots like from an aerial view, in this case like what I showed before, like up here, you can get shot from this vantage point. If you wanted it from a low angle, you could find something on the lower side to mount the super clamp on. So for me, out and about doing a hike, the Magic Arm would be my preferred choice.